Hello, Gemini. My name is Paul, and this is Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And if there is anything you need me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And this is very nice. This is a Queen of Cups. Now, that is a lot of emotional depth. I think you're feeling kind of exceptionally tuned in with your emotions right now. Okay? I think that we're trying to get to the very depths of ourselves, right? And as much as I think you're in tune with your emotions, before I speculate, let's put this in. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. I felt like there was something off with our intuition, right? I feel like we're very emotional right now. But it's kind of throwing our clarity off, right? It's kind of throwing our intuition off a little bit. But let's continue. Let's put out the rest of our cards here. Yeah, okay. Yep. All right, we're going to select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is just one card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We'll put our yin-yang duck right on top. We still need a name for the yin-yang duck. We just got that today. Well, actually, got it a couple of days ago, but I was waiting until the new energetic cycle, which does start today, in order to bring out our new friend, the guardian of the mystery card. Now, we're doing something a little different on this channel. This channel is more interactive. Okay? If at any point during the reading you get an idea, a feeling, a sense of what that mystery card is, I want you to type it into the comment section. Okay? I want to see if we can collectively raise our vibrations, if we can tap into our intuition and start discerning that mystery card together. Yeah. You don't have to play along if you don't want to. There will be a moment of stillness toward the end of the reading where we can all give our final answers. Okay? But first, what do we have? Two major arcana cards. Okay, and these are significant. This is kind of this is the world, and this is, let me say, this is the Luster Strength card, this is the Empress. To me, this feels like it is our passionate interaction with the world, right? This is the gusto, this is the zest with which we live in our environment, okay? And the kind of life that we want to lead, the miracles that we want to witness, okay? But we've got some fire energy. We don't have any water energy except for that central water, and then we've got some air, which all of these air cards call for for one of our affirmation cards from the language of flowers, which we will be doing here momentarily. We've got a little bit of earth energy too, which is very significant. Overall, a fairly balanced reading. Okay. But I think the type of energy that we have, especially with the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Swords, okay? First of all, I feel like there's a miscommunication somewhere here in your life. Someone near to you, maybe generally, it could be, yeah, we see the Ten of Swords up there. I think generally, the way you're communicating with people seems a little off. You just seem out of sync with people. Generally. I don't think it's one particular person. But I think it might be creating a blockage. It might be kind of making you second guess yourself, like thinking, gosh, what's going on with me? Every conversation I have just seems to go in a kind of a weird direction or goes kind of haywire. Or it's just difficult to connect with people right now. It's difficult to communicate with people. It's almost like there's another Mercury retrograde or something. But I feel like that is because we are so deeply in our feelings about something. Maybe generally at this time of the year, maybe we're just really emotional creatures right now. It's causing a bit of a blockage with our own intuition, and that's then affecting how we're communicating with others and the type of like wink and a nod that we have with people, right? Where we just kind of get each other. We're not feeling that right now because our feelings are somewhere else. Okay? And so I feel like your intuition, your kind of the way you connect with people is just a little bit off right now. All right. And we see that's affecting the Two of Wands over here in your environment. So this is telling me, well, maybe it's not time for us to make any big decisions, right? We can't really seem to get our point across. We're not really sure what's going on, but we're out of sync with people in our lives. Maybe it's at work, maybe it's at home, friends or family. Just not really vibing the way we usually do, right? So let's hold off on any major decisions right now. I think that's safe advice at this juncture. So I don't know where to start because there's just kind of a lot. I want to kind of continue on this theme because the next thing I see is the Seven of Wands right here. This is the position of what we don't want, right? And this is kind of like with this miscommunication, trying to make decisions, I feel like it's just going to lead to arguments. It's going to lead to problems. We don't want that. This is the position of what we don't want. We may feel like we're not connecting with people, like the communication just isn't happening. We're just not vibing with people. But don't engage in the arguments. Don't let this lead you into a fight because it's unwinnable. And there's no basis for it, right? There's nothing really to fight about. It's just just an off couple of days, I think. Okay? But what we do need to do is get to the bottom of whatever this feeling is, whatever it is that's kind of blocking your intuition, your mental energy. It's kind of, it's a depth of feeling that's kind of interfering with your mind a little bit. You know what I mean? We're just preoccupied in a way. So let's do one of our affirmation cards. This is the language of flowers. On this channel, anytime we get a 3, 5, 7, 9 of swords, those swords cards are real troublemakers. Anytime we get one, we're going to do an affirmation card from the language of flowers. Okay. And these are just positive affirmations that I tend to like, and they have a good energy. They always kind of apply to what we're doing, what we're talking about. This one is the tiger lily. Security. Right? Security. Choose the safe harbor for now. Yes, don't make any big decisions. Right? So that's kind of a confirmation of what we were just talking about. Choose the safe harbor. Don't enter into any big decisions. Don't enter into any of these fights or arguments because they're kind of pointless, right? Pun intended with the points on the sword. There's no point to it. So it's just saying, look, just let's maintain our security, right? Yes, we may be having an off couple of days with our communication, with our intuition, with the way we're able to vibe and connect with people. So it's a little off. Don't be drawn into any arguments. Perhaps with these energies, right? The Three of Discs, the Empress, and the Lesser Strength card. Maybe this is saying that, look, we really want in our life, we want to enjoy what we're doing. We want passion. We want zest. We want love and life and vitality. We want to witness miracles. We want to be part of the creative process of the world, right? We have big spiritual kind of aspirations. Well, while we're in this kind of, this out of sync period, maybe Three of Discs, maybe we should focus on some other things, right? Focus on other projects, focus on other ways that we can be part of the miracle of life, the miracle of creation, of creativity, of art and wonder and nature and magic and, these spiritual goals that we have. To really witness miracles, right? Maybe we just need to focus on some of our other interests, projects. Maybe, I'm almost wondering if the mystery card is going to be the Hermit card. Because I kind of feel like we just need to let this weird energy pass and just focus on some other things that we might want to do, other projects that you have at home, other things that you feel interested in, other things that you feel passionate about, outside of this kind of main work where the energy's kind of off, right? So the Empress energy, this could be talking about focusing on things at home, right? If you like to garden, if you do outdoor stuff, if you have projects at home that you're working on, it's just kind of might be a next couple of days, might be time for that. Little self-care, clean up the house, do some projects if you're working on some arts or crafts or, something like that. Just kind of take a little bit of a break, ease back from this fire and air situation and just focus on these other things. And maybe we can get to the bottom of this emotional issue. Maybe this is just a general emotional time. Maybe this time of year is always kind of emotional for you for whatever reason. And it might just be a little bit of a time for some spiritual self-care, right? Focus on your own creativity, your own magic, your own projects, and let this energy either pass or get to the bottom of this. Allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you're feeling here. But don't let it draw you into any of these arguments or miscommunications. You know what I mean? So let's put these back where they were here. So I think I like the major arcana cards a lot here because I feel like this is, these two together give me the impression that let's just do things for their own sake, right? It's like, let's be creative. Let's work on projects. Let's have experiences, but let's not have any expectations. Maybe some of this air energy is we're expecting our relationships, we're expecting our communications, we're expecting a certain connection or a certain vibe. We're not getting it, and that throws everything off. Let's not expect anything. Let's just do. Let's have fun. Let's put our interests, let's put our passion into something, and just for its own sake, right? Because I see this 10 of Pentacles over here in your general energy, and this to me is almost like we're too focused on everything being manifested, being permanent, being established, right? So it's almost kind of the opposite. It's kind of a materialism from what I sense here with these two major arcana. This is doing things just for their own sake, just for the experience, just for the art and the love and the passion and the pleasure of it. This is doing everything, and we need it to have a result, right? I want those reports done by Friday. And it's not time for that. All this air energy here is saying it's not a day for that. Maybe we're in a Mercury retrograde. I don't know. It's just kind of like a couple of days where not much is really going to get done. But that doesn't mean it's a waste of time. It doesn't mean that we need to fight and argue. It doesn't mean we need to make big drastic decisions or changes. It just means we got to roll with it, right? Okay, fine. Computer systems down. We're going to do some other things today. We're just going to have fun. We're going to just do some arts and crafts rather than do our data entry, our reports and whatever. It's that kind of a vibe that I'm getting, right? And I think that this is good because you want this kind of a life anyway, right? So it's almost like the universe is crossing all these wires and creating all this interference and all these bugs in the system. Oh, computer system's down today. That's the universe telling you, hey, here's a free play day. Here's a good day for you to explore these other sides of yourself. Figure out why you feel the way you feel lately. And let's get into this spiritual energy a little bit. Let's get out of this idea that everything has to have a result, right? Well, the Ten of Pentacles, it's a good card. We love this card. But every card has light and shadow. And the shadow for me today with this card is us expecting everything to be done by Friday, expecting everything to have some kind of production value, right? This is saying, well, I'm not going to do a bunch of work if there's going to be nothing to show for it. Well, these two over here say there doesn't need to be anything to show for it. It's the doing, it's the experience, it's the passion, it's the creativity. That is the important thing, not what you're producing, okay? So we've got to get out of this, the way of thinking, and of course we have all of this air energy. We have a 3 of swords here at the end, which of course does mean we get to do another affirmation card. I hope everybody likes these because I certainly do, and it almost makes me excited to get some swords energy because I know we get to do one of these. But the swords really are the troublemakers, you know. And with the 3 of swords up there, this is our own mind restricting us from enjoy. It's like your own mind won't allow you to enjoy this, you know. I remember, kind of just when I was younger, I would like it when the power would go out. I would love it when it was a snow day and school was closed. I would love it if I was at work and the power went out or the computer system was down, because then it's like, all right, we get to do something different now. We might not, of course, management isn't all that happy because nothing's being produced. It's wasted man hours, right? But for the employees, we were like, hey, cool, we get to just hang out, we get to do other things, we can read a book, maybe it's time to clean out the warehouse or, different things. But I almost feel like with the 3 of swords, your mind is not letting you enjoy this time. And I understand that's difficult if we feel like our intuition is off, if we feel like we just aren't able to connect with people. It's hard to see the benefit of that, right? It just feels like things are out of sync. But there is a positive, there is a silver lining there. And what we have here is the Lenten Rose, protection. Conserve what you have and save a little. Well, yeah, maybe, conserve what you have. Protection. Conserve what you have and save a little. Maybe the protection aspect is what that 3 of swords is doing, right? Maybe the 3 of swords is saying, look, I've been in this kind of a situation before, and I know that it can turn out very poorly because I'm not producing anything. So maybe there's this idea here of trying to get everything conserved, right? And that might be why we feel a lot of this, the air energy that we feel the kind of frustration, or we feel a little stressed out right now. Because we know that this is like a loss of productivity, right? And so it's almost like our brain doesn't know what to do now. It kind of reminds me of what was the android's name in the first Alien movie from the 70s? I can't remember. Shoot, that's terrible. It's one of my favorite movies, so I can't remember the alien's name. But there's just something that this android can't compute, and he just goes haywire, right? And it's a whole thing. But I kind of feel like that now with this, because it's just it's an unexpected blockage in this communication, in the connections, in the speaking and relating to people, in our relationships. But we need to try to find the silver lining, find the benefit of this. You know, there are a lot of other things that we could be doing. A lot of and this, in some ways, is the more important thing anyway. Right? Yeah, maybe maybe it's not a very productive couple of days, but that's okay. Right? Let's take a look at the mystery card now. I'm very curious if that's going to be a hermit card or not. And this is the point of the reading where I ask you to connect directly with these images and these energies. Let's try to raise our vibrations. Let's collectively tap into Source, and let's discern this mystery card together. Okay? You don't have to play along if you don't want. Maybe you're busy. Maybe you're driving. I don't know. Maybe you're trying to fix the computer system. I'll switch the camera to the overhead. If you want to pause the video, go ahead. We'll have this brief moment of stillness. And we'll see if we can get into this reading, into this card here. I was at first thinking hermit, but now I kind of want to see some water energy. I want to see that we're just feeling good, that we're just enjoying it anyway. Things are off, things are in chaos right now. Let's enjoy it, right? Let's find that silver lining. You know, it's like it rains and we can't go outside and play, but silver lining is the grass is going to grow, the garden's going to grow, there's going to be puddles for us to jump in, right? There's always a way to put a positive spin on things. Well, Chariot energy. To me, this is kind of going back to that Lenten rose, the idea of protection. Conserve what you can, right? This is almost like, well, it's raining now, so I'm going to go ahead and get in the boat and get all of my belongings in the boat, and I'm going to seal myself up in a raincoat, and I'm going to, are we over-preparing? Are we making this a lot worse than it really is? Are we stressing out over something that maybe we could try to take it a little bit easier and learn to enjoy these things? Maybe the Chariot is saying, hey, let's just look at things a different way. The Chariot doesn't have to be so traditional, by the book, right? You don't have to be such a team player, so to speak, right? You don't have to be the company person, right? Where it's just like, oh, the computer system's down. Well, we all have to, I don't know, to do things manually. Or it's just like, let's just have a little bit of fun, right? Let's go out back behind the warehouse and kick the soccer ball around. So the Chariot, I think, is someone that can just kind of lighten up a little bit. Let's not be so disciplined and strict, right? It's funny because we have the Cancer energy and we have the Leo energy. We have the Chariot and we have the Lust or Strength. This is kind of someone who's very disciplined, very strict, very by the book, very, very proper. And then we have the Lust or Strength card. Someone that just sees this as an opportunity to do different things, to be creative, to have fun, to just indulge and have these other passions. And it doesn't matter that we're not creating anything. Things don't always have to be so orderly. Things can get mixed up and we can still have fun, right? It's like when I'm coloring with my daughter and I'm trying to stay inside the lines, right? And she's like, no, Daddy, just color like this. And, I got to tell you, it's a lot more fun to color outside the lines sometimes. Of course, there is a time and a place to do things in a nice, orderly way. But maybe this is like a couple of snow days, right? Where you just find other ways to have fun until we can get back to manifesting our goals and making this progress, We just have to shift the way we're looking at it. But we are going to do an extended, if I can sort these cards back out. If you want to check that out, click either above or below in the video description, okay? New readings for Gemini come out every Tuesday and Friday at 6 a.m. Chicago time. just subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss the next reading, okay? I can hear my daughter up there having fun right now, and I'm going to go join her. I want to thank you for watching this video all the way through until the end. That really does help out the algorithm, and that helps out the channel, and I appreciate that. Okay. Gemini, I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.